maybe more than 15 years ago. I was in Hajj, and we were 3 in the room, and coming back from Mina back to Mecca, 2 of us reached the room earlier than the 3rd one. In the room, there were 2 main beds and a roller bed. So when we came in, naturally, people will take the 2 beds, and then the person who came late will take the roller bed. But the woman with me in the room, she took the roller bed, and I said, why is that? And she said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. None of you will be the real believer unless you love for your brother or sister what you love for yourself. Immediately, this woman taught me that following what Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam should be above what I like, my desires, what I want. And if I can do that, then I am going and moving forward to Allah. We learned about al-qalb al-salim, the sound heart, the one that Sayyidina Ibrahim asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give it to him, or the only one that will save us on the Day of Judgment. How do I know? My dear heart, which one you are? Ask yourself this question. Do you have the sound heart? Is it sick or is it dead? We don't stay steady state all the time. Things change, meaning easily I can be in the morning a sound, then during the day something happened and I become a little bit sick. And then in the night before I go to bed, I can go back to the qalb al-salim. And how's that? What is the sound heart? There's 2 forces inside me. I want you all to remember this scenario. Each one of us went through it. You know that cold night in winter when we are in bed and the Fajr alarm, the alarm for the morning Salah goes on. And then there is this debate, I call it, the internal debate inside you and me. One sound say 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, we still have some time, I'm tired, I need a little bit more sleep, I didn't sleep well last night. And another sound inside me and you will say, come on in, get up, it's Fajr, most beloved Salah to Allah. Allah described and praised those who their backs reject the bed. And we have this fight, this debate inside you and me, and one of them will win. One day, the one that tells you get up will win, and the other day, the other one will win. Al-qalb al-salim. My dear heart, are you sound? Is your heart sound? How do I know? These 2 forces, the desire and the thoughts inside me and you. My heart and yours is salim completely. If every desire in me and you, Ya Rabbi Ameen, throughout the whole time follows what Allah wants and what Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam wants, and every thought inside me does not goes against what Allah said and what Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam says, don't get angry, don't be angry immediately. Although my thought says I should be angry, they deserve I lose my temper. You immediately remember that hadith and you change, exactly like the woman who was with me. Why did Allah created this heart inside me? What does He want from this heart and this life? 3 things. Allah gave me this spiritual heart, gave you this spiritual heart to know Him. How do you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is when you love Him. How do I know I love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? When everything He wants me to do or He told me not to do comes first and above everything else I love, I want, I desire, people want. If I put what Allah loves and His love above everything else, then my heart is doing its function, doing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Few examples. How do you know your heart is sound? Ask yourself, do you think you have a sound heart? Do I think I have a sound heart? Let's say yes. Number 1, what's your relationship with this life? Is your focus from morning to evening is all about dunya? about this life. I have to do this and that and this. I get upset if I didn't get this. I get happy if I get this. Or my main focus is whatever I'm doing in this life, is it taking me closer to Allah? It is going to bring the akhirah close to me. Am I building my home with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And then my actions, when people see me, when people talk about me, they say, she or he from the people of the akhirah. What upsets me is what upsets Allah. Second, look at this one. What happens when I don't wake up for a salah? I always take the salah. It's something we do daily, and it is a good gauge to gauge your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you don't wake up for Fajr, when I miss one salah, what happens inside me? Do I run to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right away and I say, Ya Allah, please forgive me? Or I say, you know what, I was tired. The qalbu salim, that will blame itself, blame the owner, and keep reminding you and me, go back to Allah, which tells me a good news and tells you a good news. The person who has a qalbu salim can disobey Allah, but the reaction to the disobedience is different. When I feel sad, when I blame myself and I want to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my heart is salim. Number 3, another example. The person will miss Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, miss the service of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning when I do a good deed, I don't do it because this person did something to me. I do it because it pleases Allah. I'm serving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I miss that the same way that a hungry person miss food. Question for everybody. What do you worry about? What do we worry about? Most of us worry about this life, my future, where I am in 5 years from now. What is going to happen tomorrow? Am I going to be able to buy a house? All these are halal, by the way. But the qalbu salim, the focus, again remember, that qalb, that heart, that spiritual part will take me directly to Jannah. The focus is mainly is about the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything that person do, from the dunya things, they study, they get married, they have children, anything they do it in a way pleases Allah, for Allah, external, internal, that's obedience. And last but not the least, and the most important thing, what do you do with your time? What do you do with your time? How much of our time, daily time, we use it on our social media, just going through things? How much time we spend in Salah? How much time, these are blessed days, how much time we spend in really reading the Quran, understanding, contemplating, the sound heart. Look at your time. If you are so keen, and I am so keen, that my time will not be wasted, every moment of me, even my sleep, even my food, the intention, the niyyah, is to get closer to Him by being stronger, more rested, so I can serve Him. When I go and visit my mother, when I go and, let's say, take care of my neighbor, why you are doing it, that time, you do it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That time because Allah told you through Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, take care of your neighbor, that's actually a service. So the time, the mu'min, the believer, the one with a pure heart, do not say, I'm bored. This bored statement does not live in the sound heart, because there is always things we can do that get me closer to Allah, purify my heart, keep my heart clean, and get me closer to that. The question I have for everyone, my dear heart, do you change before and after Salah? Before Salah, let's say I was very upset, something happens. I go and pray, and I come out of Salah, and I am completely different. All my worries are gone. I talked to Him. I complained to Him. I begged Him to make me feel better. If you find your comfort, your happiness, the coolness of your eyes in Salah, and the heart becomes very happy, your heart is sound. I need to work on it. It's not easy, but it will happen, bi'idhnillah. The last but not the least, and this is to me, and the question goes to you. What is your relationship with the remembrance of Allah? From the 24 hours a day, how much time we spend remembering Him? How much time we spend remembering this person or that person or my job or my plan? How many minutes, or should be hours, we're in remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Alamatu sahhati, the sign that your heart and mind is pure. La yafturu an dhikri rabbi. Never get bored from the remembrance of Allah. You know, when we see something beautiful, right? What do many of us say? Oh, wow, it's beautiful. No, subhanallah, that's dhikr. When you are eating and it's very tasty and you like it, or you were very thirsty and you broke your fast and you drank that water and you were so thirsty, and you say, Alhamdulillah, oh Ya Allah, Ya Allah, I'm so grateful to you, gave me this cold water. You know what? That's dhikr of Allah. We can put the dhikr of Allah in every part of our life if I just focus on it. And once it becomes natural, once it comes spontaneous, my heart is sound. It is not very difficult. It's not easy, but it's not difficult. You know why? Because we're not used to it and because we have not thought of it. But believe me, many of the difficult things in our life, right? As a physician, to become a doctor, how long we studied and we trained, and things were so difficult. Many people say, I can't do it, but Allah made it easy. My heart, are you sound? Inshallah, by Allah's grace, by the end of this month, we will already have started the process, and by Him, by the end of this month, all our hearts will be sound.
ولا تخزني يوم يبعثون يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم.